With black and white a major trend forecast for summer 2014, we thought, why not introduce these trendy colors into your home? And we found a very inspiring, creative way of doing just that. Sonica, our color expert at Dulux, has a very novel project to get us started. But first, why the trend black and white, not just for the catwalks this year?
Yes, definitely not. This summer, very high fashion statement using black and white patterns, very graphical with little bits of bright popping colors.
Well, we can always do with some more creativity going into a new season. What are we actually going to be making today?
We're going to create a beautiful pinboard using the Chevron print, which is very popular now, using black and white monochromatic prints.
Well, I can see a few key components here for our inspirational pinboard. What do we need to get started?
Okay, top of mind, you need a soft board, you need cork sheeting, and then Dulux Pearl Glow. It's a water-based enamel, and the reason I'm using that is because of its stretchability, and it will adhere quite nicely to the surface.
Right, this seems simple enough for even me to handle. Where do we get started?
Well, we're going to use this cork sheeting and then just glue it onto the soft board.
Simply place the soft board on the cork sheet and use a pen or pencil to trace the desired size. To cut the shape, a great tip is to use a ruler to help guide the NT cutter. Also remember to use a cutting mat to protect your work surface. Next, use a brush to apply wood glue in even strokes onto the soft board and onto the cork sheet. Keep in mind the soft board will soak up the glue, so apply enough. For an even finish, rub out any air bubbles that may appear.
Okay, now we're going to take the masking tape and we're going to mark off our chevron pattern. The way we're going to do this in order to get a nice equal pattern going is we're going to mark off the masking tape 15 centimeters and cut it each sliver 15 centimeters.
Get someone to lend a helping hand when cutting the masking tape, as it can be tricky. To make sure the chevron pattern is parallel, cut all the masking tape strips beforehand. Start in a corner, complete one row before starting on the next.
Now we have to start painting, and I know you mentioned the Pearl Glow is ideal. Take us through the painting process.
We're just going to use a sponge roller for the application. That will ensure that the paint applies quite nice and smooth and flat over the whole surface. Pearl Glow is usually well suited for wooden surfaces, for steel, can even be used on melamine if you use the correct primer such as Super Grip. But why it's so ideal is because it can stretch well, it just adheres very nicely to the specific surface.
When it comes to DIY projects, a set of sponge rollers is an investment. Do keep in mind that less is more. Rather apply 2 coats of paint than one thick, uneven layer.
Well, it would appear that our paint is dry.
Yes.
So what's next?
Well, now we just remove the masking tape.
Very carefully.
Yes.
Start in one corner and continue row by row. When using masking tape, the paint will bleed, giving a slightly feathered edge. This adds to the look and feel of the pinboard. For a pop of color, paint dip a wooden laundry peck into a color of your choice to add to the board. We used Spring Breeze 1.
There we go.
Well done. And that is that.
Yes, beautiful piece of art. So all that remains now is just to add our pictures, we pin it, and that will add the last touch of color.
Fantastic. Well, this has inspired me to get even more creative. I'm going to start digging into some magazines to inspire myself for summer 2014.
Let's see the steps again. Place the soft board on the cork sheet and use a pen or pencil to trace the desired size. Cut the shape and apply wood glue with a brush. Then stick masking tape strips on the cork in a chevron pattern. Apply paint with sponge rollers. When the paint is dry, remove the masking tape. Also find complete instructions on Expresso's website.
Adding colour to your morning with Expresso and Dulux.